penetrate the Virgin River. I did a pregnant pause. This is tape 4. The road. And you know, we're at 415 subscribers. This is my 400 subscriber special. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to try to make it entertaining, folks. I need it to be entertaining. I want y'all to come in here and have a laugh or two. Maybe I ought to just do this in my Billy Bob Jumbo Bill voice. Got kicked out of Denny's once a long time ago. They finally let me back in. I like the patty melt. Why am I here? I'm here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. And unfortunately, I can't kick ass. So we'll just chew some bubble gum instead. So we're gonna try to penetrate the Virgin River. Virgins penetrate. I'm kind of knocked off. I was in the middle of filming and I got something that said my battery temperature was getting a little bit too hot. So it shut off at mid-sentence. Gotta love technology. Here on the road with Vic. So we're going northbound. And we're going to penetrate that Virgin River, Gorge. And here's something you don't see every day, folks. Coming up on the right is a bicyclist on the interstate, which is legal here in the state of Nevada. Stay in your lane, buddy. I can't imagine what that guy's going through when a big old semi-truck passes him. You think that's bad on a motorcycle? Try being on something that you pedal. Got shout outs through Streamlabs. Streamlabs is a little quirky, isn't it? When the shout outs first worked, when I got them to first work, they would actually go where they were supposed to go. Then it started getting into anytime someone clicked on the link, it would take them straight to my page. Not the page that I wanted them to go to, but my page. Now it's sending them to file 404. Not found. I hate technology sometimes. It curses me. Really does. So why did I decide to do my subscriber special in my semi-truck instead of playing a game, instead of streaming? Well, to tell you the truth, I know a lot of you play that truck driving simulators. I do it for real life, folks. There's no way I would play American Truck Driver simulator, the only truck driving simulator that has ever interested me is the one where you've got the space truck. That one looks interesting, but I don't even know if I'd get that. Don't know if that would be my type of thing or not. I've watched a few videos and I'm sitting there going, that's way too much work in a video game, folks. I don't know, maybe one of these years I'll try it out. I'll put it on my wish list. Driving one of these things through Salt Lake City is hard enough as it is. I wouldn't want to drive it through Salt Lake City in a simulator because then I'd miss all my favorite bumps. You know, the type of bumps that actually make you fly out of your chair about a foot off. Some of those bumps are harsh. We've got one memorized. You get past mile marker 298 going northbound on I-15, boom! I've actually seen the back of trailers lift up off the ground on that particular bump, but maybe that should scare you, but it doesn't seem to bother these people. I love driving, man. I love it. I wish I would have done this getting out of the United States Navy back in 2017 or 2007. I wish I would have taken this up as a career back then, because I'd probably be well off right now. Instead, I floated job to job to job to job. It happens, man. I don't make a lot of friends at work. All right. I'm of the old philosophy that you don't make friends at work. You make acquaintances, because everybody's trying for the same position, and people will stab you in the back to get ahead in life. So I try not to make friends at work. I try to make acquaintances. If a friendship develops, it develops, but a lot of times it doesn't. You know, I go home, I take my shoes off and kick back and I watch TV or play video games, or I go straight to sleep because I'm exhausted. I didn't go to a lot of bars or clubs or anything like that. I went home and I was solitary. Now that makes me socially awkward, okay? I am a socially awkward creature. I only know a few things to talk about, and I'm not good enough with some of the social conversations to be really involved with them. I can talk politics to you. You want to hear me talk politics? My wife doesn't even want to hear me talk politics. Politics is long and boring. I'm going to tell you this just to know where I stand. Socially, I am extremely liberal. Socially. I learned a long time ago to follow that golden rule. You do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat others with respect, and they're going to respect you right back. Or they should respect you right back. I don't have it all the time, but I'm going to live by my rules. And my rules are you treat people with respect. Dignity. I am fiscally conservative. I don't believe in a big government. I think there are solutions out there that you got to find yourselves. That being said, that's all the political and religious talk you are ever going to get out of me. Number one, it's dry. Number two, it's too divisive. And number three, too much negativity. It's too negative. I can talk professional wrestling. That's a subject I know a little bit about. I've been a lifelong wrestling fan. I even tried to make it as a professional wrestler until I got my head split open. That wasn't too fun. %90 real, 10% fake. They're stunt people. That's all a professional wrestler is just a stunt person. And the most I know about the business, you could put in a thimble compared to some of the people that I know and people that I have met. Talk about rock and roll, how Metallica aren't a bunch of sellouts because they were always commercial. I could do that. I love rock and roll. I can talk rock and roll all day too. Again, what I know about music, you can put in the tip of a thimble. So I mean, I don't really have conversations a lot about other things. So I'm a little bit socially awkward in that department. Sometimes that can be a bane because you don't get the nuances of the other conversations. Sometimes you can go too far with joining in on some of those conversations and nobody wants to talk to you. I'm not so sure that I wouldn't fall somewhere in line with the autism spectrum. I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I don't get tested. I already have more problems than I can deal with, and I've dealt with them pretty well for 50 years. I'm still here, ain't I? 50 years. I'm about to turn 51, folks. I'm over the hill. Give me the black balloons. About to turn 51 years old. July the 4th, as a matter of fact. I'd like to have my birthday off, but I don't think that's going to happen, folks. But I do plan on doing a birthday stream. A stream-a-thon, maybe. See, there are a couple people I want to play games with, and certain games with those people. I want to do Star Wars with my wife. At least a couple hours of Star Wars with my wife. I'd like to play that Birdland Gnomes game with a certain cozy cat. PUBG, you know, I watched quite a few streams of PUBG. I've never done a first-person game like that. About the closest I can come to is Call of Duty. And My experience with Call of Duty was this. I got the game did all its thing on PlayStation. I finally got to the lobby, and I'm waiting. And it finally put me in with a group of people, and we are going around, and I'm getting killed right and left. I'm trying to learn the game. That's what the game's all about. You get killed, you kill. And then someone called me an asshole and kicked me out of that room. Kicked me out of the group. So I tried again. Pretty much the same results. And I stopped playing. I stopped playing. Well, I'm gonna play that game. I can't even get in to play the game, let alone learn the game, because people want to be a bunch of assholes. Seems to me like someone would take you off there with your hand and teach you how to play the game. Or at least give you a chance to learn how to play the game. Can't get good if you don't have practice. Can't get practice if you can't get into play. Can't get into play. So my suggestion to all the young YouTubers out there that are knee-high to grasshoppers, let me tell you something this, man. Go out and watch your favorite streamers. Seriously, watch these people. Because sometimes they'll go in and they'll say, hey, you want to join me in this game? You want to join us in that game? And if you're a member of the community and you've done your due diligence and you've become, part of that community, they will let you in and they will let you play with them. And they can teach you how to play. And they'll make sure that you have a good time. So I want to do PUBG with a group of friends. That would be in the evening. Want to do a soda review or two if I can get it. If I can manage that. I love doing the Canadian bacon soda or maple soda. Canadian maple syrup soda for Big Dave the other day. I like doing that. You know why I like doing that? Because I got to do what I love to do combined with something else that I love to do. And that's pretty much how the soda review format's going to go from now on. I'm not even going to tell you when I'm going to do it. It's just going to happen. Hey, John. Hey, Vico's getting ready to stream. Then you hear the music. I love that. I didn't actually write that. That was actually the AI that wrote that. I don't write all my songs. I write most of them, no. Closer to the Virgin River. We're going to penetrate that gorge. I try to keep it clean as folks. I don't really do a lot of cussing on my channel because my granddaughter might be watching or somebody else might be watching that has littles. And I try to keep them out clean for them. So that's what I want to do for my birthday. That's what I want to do for my birthday. I don't know if it'll happen, but it'd be fun if it did. things still need to do with the channel. Like I said, Streamlabs is one of them finicky little things. It don't like to always work the right ways. And a lot of times when you're doing anything with Streamlabs, in order to get it to test right, you got to do a test stream. Michelle Shelley went through a test stream. I was so surprised because here she was on it. What would be 6 o'clock her time, 6 o'clock in the evening her time, and I was surprised. Wow. Slaughter is going to be at the Casablanca here in Mesquite, Nevada. That's where we're at, Mesquite. I ain't going to tell you too much where we're going anymore, but I can tell you where we're at the time. All right. This here is Mesquite. Where were I again? Gee, what? I'd forget my name if it wasn't on my belt buckle. But yeah, Luddy and Dave were playing Call of Wild with Shield Maiden and Pappy. And I like that game. I actually like that game. I've never been hunting before in my entire life. Like I said, my friend, he wanted to go hunting, and that his facsimile of hunting was shooting anything that moved. Probably would have shot a person if a person would have been on his private property. So I never went hunting again. I never, ever went hunting after that. Did a lot of fishing though. It's been a long time since I went fishing. Got up there on the river, Bear River, going through Corinne, Utah. And I wasn't catching nothing, so I went to the bait shop. I asked the guy there at the bait shop, "Hey, fella, what's the best bait to use to fish in this river here?" And he said worms work pretty good, so I went out and got myself an intestinal parasite. And you know, I didn't catch any fish, but I lost 20 pounds. But it's hard for me to make friends because I don't make friends at work. I don't go out a lot. Being a truck driver, you're solitary. You really are. You're solitary. So when I started going to stream to stream to stream to stream, and I started making friends. And there's a bunch of you that I would like to meet in real life. I'd like to have the friendship outside of YouTube. There are a lot of you that like that. You know, don't know if I'll actually get to meet any of you. But the ones who know. Some of you though, I just want to be a fan. I just want to watch you because you're good. You know, I want to be a fan of your channel. And that's it. As you know, I don't think I have to go into it. I drive 11 hours a day. I don't get to catch everybody. I don't. I wish I could. But I do go in and like the videos later on. You know, if I see your video pop up or you put a post up, I will interact with it. Sometimes I think I spend too much time on YouTube though. And I keep saying about the co-op thing. I want to do the co-op thing. And you know, this is the funny thing about doing co-op. I was against doing co-op at first because of my scheduling. I never knew where I was going to end up or how late I was going to end up. And then I realized something here. If I really want to co-op with somebody, if I want to co-op with my wife, she's here. She can always co-op with me. And I love doing Star Wars with her, and I want to do some Stardew Valley with her. Stream time. I need to schedule that. That needs to happen. I want to schedule things with Rogue Rabbit, Rudy McScooty, Cozy Cow, Big Dave, Bengal Ben and I want to do something, and I don't know what yet. I'd like to do Forever Skies with Cozy Chaos and Caffeinated Husky. That's what I'd like to do. And I do have the time on Wednesdays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. If I can't stream in the mornings on Tuesdays, then in the afternoons I'm free and available to do whatever you want. Sometimes I might be driving early in the mornings on Tuesdays. Either getting home from a load that I was on or delivering a local load. But like it or not, I will be streaming on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So look out, here I come. Streamer out there, her name's Boozy Loomer. I don't get to catch a lot of her streams. Very rarely do I ever see Boozy Loomer's notifications. Very rarely do I see her just going through Facebook. Or not Facebook, YouTube. Why am I thinking Facebook? Oh, I just got a notification on Facebook, huh? I heard the ding in my ear. As I said, there are a few of you that I would love to have a friendship with outside of YouTube. Alright. You know who you are. I don't think I have to name anybody. By the way, did you notice that we passed into Arizona? Did I say anything about passing into Arizona? We're in Arizona right now. And that big old group of mountains over there is where we're headed. To work on my channel, like I said. I got the second monitor now. I can see what chat's doing. I don't understand what my monitor's doing half the time because, well, I'm trying to get it where I can have OBS and Discord open on the one monitor and then have the game playing in the other monitor. Unfortunately, the resolutions like to change on certain games. You know, I was working on getting the resolution just right for the Black Ice game I played last week. And I love that game. I was trying to get the resolution right because every time I start the game, half the game would be on the second monitor. And I want to get everything right, folks. I don't want to have to play tech issues while I'm streaming. And I'm sure the different games that I play are going to be different every single time. Like Stardew Valley won't go on display screen. I have to go on window screen to play that game. Which is fine. I can still play it, I can still stream it, and y'all can still enjoy it. In fact, that's going to be one of the games that becomes a series here, along with Yard Sale Simulator. See, I've been doing Lordfish and Queenfish a disservice, and I know I've been doing them a disservice because I only played it a couple times this last couple of months. I want to reach 1 million on Yard Sale Simulator. So it's going to get at least once a week. It'll probably have to fight with Stardew. Now, tomorrow and Wednesday, I don't know what I'm going to stream yet. I haven't talked to anybody about doing co-op. I don't even know if I'm set up to do co-op. And most of the people, they stream either in the evenings or in the mornings. Well, tomorrow morning I got some cleanup that I got to do before I think about doing anything. That's the thing about Tuesday. If I'm driving, I'm driving. But first thing in the morning, I've got cleanup, we've got laundry to do, and we've got to go to Walmart to get our dinner for the next few days. So Tuesday is an afternoon thing, maybe even an evening thing. And that's always going to be the case. Wednesdays is going to be morning and afternoon. Littlefield, Arizona. As you can see, them mountains is getting luminous. Them mountains are getting ominous now. We're coming up to them. That's my ADHD, folks, kicking in. I probably covered the same subject maybe twice in this video. Squirrel moments, I call them. Squirrel. Bad gerbils, all of them. You ever watch Shield Maiden and Up Happy? I love them to death, I do. I love Shield Maiden and Up Happy to death. They've got two amazing daughters, Say and Little Shieldy. And they're doing quite well. But I love Shield Maiden and El Happy to death. And the reason I love them to death is because they're raunchy and rambunctious. Endorsement. Go figure. They're close to the Celts. That's what I am. Scotch, Irish, Dutch, actually. But every time I watch a Shield Maiden stream or an El Pappy stream, I swear to God I should be wearing a condom. I definitely need that last cigarette. Corrupting my small, prudish American mind that was already corrupted to begin with. I told Lordfish in chat one day, I said, if you can make Shield Maiden blush, you're good. If you can make El Pappy blush, then you're a god. My job is to troll the chats. Now, when I say troll the chats, I'm talking about trolling the chats in a good way, not a bad way. I don't feel like hurting nobody's feelings. And if I ever come across as I've hurt your feelings, let me know so I can take care of that. I want to see if I can get my favorite streamers to bust out laughing. Sometimes I get a giggle, sometimes I get a chuckle, sometimes I get a full-blown laugh. Sometimes I stick my foot up my butt, and that's not a good place to have a foot. Oh, here we go. The big long semi is going into the Virgin River Gorge. We're penetrating, folks. This is what I deal with on a regular basis. This is the drive that I like. We're not colliding with anybody, shut up. Gotta watch for falling rocks here. I didn't know Dwayne Johnson lived up in this area, but we gotta watch for him. He might be falling. If you smell what the rock is cooking. So what am I into? I love Star Wars. I grew up watching Star Wars, man. You know, my parents took me to go see Star Wars when I was like 2.5 years old. It wasn't but a few months till my birthday. And it must have left an impression because I remember crying because my brother got Star Wars toys and I didn't. Then I remember when we got cable television, Star Wars in the morning, Star Wars in the evening, Star Wars on Showtime, Star Wars on HBO. They alternated that stuff, so I got Star Wars pretty much any time I wanted to get Star Wars. Got to the point where I was able to do the whole entire script word for word. Then Empire Strikes Back came out. I wasn't allowed to go to that because it had a harsher rating than the first movie. They said it was a little bit darker. But then again, I watched that over and over and over on cable. I got to watch Return of the Jedi over and over and over again on cable. I got to watch all three of them over and over and over again on cable. You don't want to know something? I'm pretty sure that my family is sick of Star Wars. But I'm a fan. I like Star Trek. My favorite is The Next Generation. But my favorite captain is Captain James T. Kirk. Ironically, Kirk and Riker shared the same storyline, so to speak. Back in the 70s, they had Phase 1. Phase 1 was going to be the new Star Trek series, and Captain Kirk's character was going to have a number 2 named William Decker. Or Decker, something like that. I might got the name wrong, but who cares? Star Trek the motion picture kind of destroyed Phase 1. And Star Trek the motion picture changed the names of the characters from The Next Generation. Battlestar Galactica, both the original and the new series. I'm a sci-fi nut. In case you haven't told, I'm a sci-fi nut. I love science fiction. Science fiction is my favorite genre of all time. If it's science fiction related, I've probably watched it, I've probably read it, or I've probably played it. I even liked Mission to Mars, even though I didn't like Mission to Mars. Mission to Mars was kind of a letdown, you know. You kill the first people that land on Mars. You killed them all except for the one guy. And he's got to live there for 2 years with the ghosts of his dead friends. 2 of them which were ripped up apart in a giant vortex. The lady got a rock to the face. Instantaneous death or being ripped apart by a vortex. I think I would rather choose the instantaneous death. About the only science fiction movie I didn't like was Contact. Waited through the whole movie and the damned alien was her fucking father. Oh. Bad word. Oops. Sorry about that, kids. It happens. As you can see, we're going up. What's my favorite color? Depends. Are you talking about my favorite color or my favorite color of crayon? Purple. It tastes like sunshine. I'm a red and black guy. Of course, I'm a black, like the color black, because I'm a heavy metal guy. I listen to heavy metal. I also listen to Johnny Cash. And look at what Johnny Cash is the man in black. I'm no Johnny Cash. But red complements that black. That's why my colors are red and black. Always have been. I do like purple. some instances, I like green. It depends on what the green is paired with and how it looks. Oh, slow it down, baby. Slow it down, baby. It's 55 through here, not 60. Don't want to get in troubles. No, no, no. Getting in trouble's not good. Oh my gosh. Suffer from anxiety, folks. Sometimes I get kind of melancholy, and if you ever see me melancholy, know that I'm okay. Know that I'm okay. I'm not gonna do anything stupid. That happened years ago, and I don't dwell on those issues as much as you might think. Alright, I get melancholy because my anxieties are attacking, and when they attack, they make everything so much worse. But I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. It's gonna pass, and I'm gonna be fine. Gonna be fine. They like to hit me the most right before a stream, ironically. Don't know what I have to be nervous about. I've been doing this for a while. I'm kind of an old head at it now. My temper kind of goes when I start losing things. Like the other day I had where I was doing Stardew Valley and everything started crashing. Stardew wasn't even playing right on the screen. I mean, I was playing the game and I was seeing what I was doing, but most of you were seeing the startup screen. That would have been a good stream too. But I was a little frazzled, I might. You didn't hear me cursing after the stream was over. My computer is about as old as Michelle Shelley's old laptop. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same laptop, to tell you the truth. The same type, same brand of laptop. But you see, I don't have room in the truck for a desktop. Not to mention all the bumping and banging and bashing around we do. But I'm working on that, you know. I'm actually working on that. I'm going to be getting a computer here real soon. Got a few things else that I got to take care of first. You know, a lot of times when you do the co-op stuff, you have to be able to hear what people are saying on Discord, because that's where they talk to each other. And, you know, that requires me to get a headset. Anybody got any good recommendations? That's not too expensive, but not cheap enough that...
station at 5.0 miles.
Not cheap enough like my last headset. My last headset stopped working. And it was supposed to be a decent headset. It had LEDs on the ears. That's how I know it was supposed to be good. Nancy's got one of mine for me. I like how the ladies have their little cat ears and cow ears and stuff. Moody has something from The Sims, goes over the head. You know, I like that type of stuff. I need to get myself some gremlin ears. What do you think? You think they make gremlin ears for headsets? I'd play with those, I'd even play with the little cat ears because it makes some people mad. Some people would get upset with that. It's all good fun, folks. Here in a minute, you are going to see, now that we're at the top of the hill, we've penetrated the Virgin River Gorge. I'm having fun with this. I hope I've been entertaining at least, folks. Coming up over the hill. Now we got a new group of mountains that we're going to have to climb. And our way station is in 2 miles. 2 miles. Arizona port of entry. Yep, that's right, folks. We are crossing into Utah. Usually that sound means you got an extra life. For us, that means you can bypass. Bumpy roads. Now we know we're in Utah. said that I had a lot of shaking in my last video I did like this. Might be a tire out of balance. I just came out of A service and B service. The truck has been in and out of the shop. Yes, I have mentioned that we do a lot of shaking, sometimes when we probably shouldn't shake. I've been reassured several times that it's not a tire or a tire problem. After all, I am driving a freight shaker. Parkway. Sounds interesting. But I wanted to let you see what I see on a normal day basis. And if you like what you see, let me know, because I can do more of these videos. I don't really want to always tell you where I'm going or where I'm at. Security reasons, you know, sir, you know. But I'd love for y'all to see this scenery. I'd love for y'all to just see what I see on a regular basis every time I drive, because that to me lets you know. And like I said, this ain't American Truck Simulator, folks. Every bump we hit, you're seeing it in real time, because people don't know how to fix the roads. Getting off here to get fuel on Brigham Road. We'll be stopping in a Beaver, most likely. And when we stop in Beaver, I'll probably get a couple shorts, or at least one short. Look for that coming today. I'm gonna start slowing down here. This guy in front of me, okay, he's doing 65. Didn't seem like he was going that fast. We were catching up with him a little bit. But I gotta start slowing down because my exit is right here. Don't want to come off on the exit too hot. Especially with this big monstrosity. I hate roundabouts, okay? Roundabouts are not designed for semi-trucks. And most of these people don't know crap about what they're supposed to do. You are supposed to go up to this sign here. It's a yield sign. That means yield. You are supposed to pause and then you can go.
Enter the roundabout and then take the second exit.
It's not a stop, it's a yield. You're yielding to the oncoming traffic, or the traffic that's already there. Take that yield sign and they think it means
for 1 1/2 of a mile.
We're allowed to go through. But no, fellow, you're not allowed to go through. You need to pause. By pausing, that allows people like me that are in big 18-wheel vehicles, that allows me to get through. And when you don't yield, when you just go right through it, it's true. You can cause a bigger mess than that. You can cause traffic backup. little electric trucks. Those things are really popular out here, I tell you. So as we pull into fuel, I want to thank you all for riding with Vico. Nancy sends her love. Dashiell, he sends tons of licks. Me,
Finding your new route.
I appreciate each and every one of you people that come here every day and watch.
Now turn left.
Whether I'm streaming, whether it's a short, whether it's my soda reviews. Maybe you go in and you go to Tales from Old Sullivan, Creepy Comics, and watch that all the way
1/4 of a
through.
mile, turn right onto East Brigham Road and then enter the highway.
I love each and every one of you. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day. And no matter where you are at and how you're feeling in life, I want you to know I love y'all. And as always, may your dreams bring you fortune, and may love make you wealthy. Look at this. It's a Walmart Swift convention. Some of the people I drive with on a regular basis. Y'all have a wonderful evening, or afternoon, evening, whenever.
Finding your new route.
See you.